Good day, ma'am. I am Joseph Noel Capin, and I'm going to report Chapter 5, which is Law on Sales, Agency, and Credit Transactions. Learning objectives describe and explain the nature of sales transaction, identify the function and operation of agencies in the industry, identify ways of handling credit transactions. Next is law of sales. In the tourism, travel, and hospitality industry, agreements arising from contracts will have be made, and potential breach from the agreements will be encountered. Encountered. We have the law, Article 1458. By the contract of sale of the contracting parties obligates himself to transfer ownership of the deliver and determined thing, and other to pay therefore a price certain in money or its equivalent. Next is discussion of law. We have characteristics of a contract of sale. First, consensual. A contract of sale is perfected by mere consent. No form is prescribed for the perfection in contract of sale. Second is bilateral, because it gives rise to reciprocal obligations. Third is principal, because it can stand by itself without need of any contract. Fourth is onerous, because the consideration for each party is delivery of the things of the payment of the price. Fifth is the commutative, because that the vendor or seller delivers is considered as equivalent price paid by the vendee or buyer. Six is the nominate, because it has a designated name under the civil code of the Philippines, which is sale. We have as the seven, transmissive of ownership, because the vendor transfer ownership of the subject matter to the vendee. Next, we have the effect of loss of the object in a contract of sale. We have Article 1480. Any injury of the to of beneath the thing sold after the contract has been perfected from the moment of the perfection of the contract of the delivery shall be governed. Article 1262. An obligation which consists in the delivery of the determined thing shall be extinguished. It should be lost or destroyed without the fault of the debtor. Next, 14 Article 1496. The ownership of the thing sold is acquired by the vendee from the moment it is delivered to him in any manner of the way specified in Article 1497 to 1501. Next, we have the sale of the personal property payable and installment. It is possible that buying personal properties used to the public transportation delivery of goods. We have the Article 1484. In a contract of sale of personal property, the price of which is payable in installment, the vendor may exercise any of the following remedies. First, exact fulfillment of the obligation should be vendee failed to pay. Second, cancel of the sale should be vendee failure to pay cover two or more installments. Third, we have foreclose the chattel mortgage of the things sold. If one has been constituted, should the vendee's failure to pay cover two or more installments. Next, we have the discussion of law, which is the in order to the above provision to apply, the following requisites must concur. First, contract must be of sale. Second, what is sold in personal property. Third, the sale must be on the installment plan. Next, we have pacto de retro sale or conventional redemption. Article 1601. Conventional redemption shall take place when the vendor preserves the right to purchase the thing sold, uh, with the obligation of the comply with the provision of Article 1616 and other stipulation which may have been agreed upon 1507. Discussion of law as between an absolute sale of the sale with rights to repurchase to different exist except that in the latter the ownership of the purchaser is subject to resolutory condition that vendor exercise his rights and repurchase within the time agreement upon. We have the obligations of the vendor. Article 1495. The vendor is bound to transfer the ownership of the delivery as well as warrant the things which is the object of the sale. We have Article 1496. The ownership of the thing sold is acquired by the vendee from the moment it is delivered to him. We have Article 1497. The thing sold shall be understood as delivered when it is placed in the controlled and possession of the vendee. Next is the obligation of the vendee and the law. Article 1582. The vendee is the bound of the accept delivery and pay the price of the things sold at the time and place stipulated in the contract. And action for breach of contract of sale. First, we have extrajudicial remedies. This has first of the buyer. The buyer need to pay unless there is delivery, and the buyer may reject improper deliveries, and the buyer may suspended payment in the distribution in the possession of the ownership of the things of has reasonable grounds for the such as disturbance. Number two, of the seller. Vendor is not bound to deliver the things sold in the vendee has not paid the price. And installment sales. We have judicial remedies. First, of the buyer, damages for bench of contract. Of the seller, recovery of the price, damages in case of bad faith. We have liability of the principal and the agents. First, the article of 1883. If an agent acts in his own name, the principal has no right to action against a persons with whom the agents contracted. We have discussion of the law. When an agent transact business in his own name, it should not be necessary for him to state the name of principal. We have law of credit transaction. Companies in the tourism industry are likely to debts. That is why it is important to know the different ways of handling debts in the relationship between persons and well as credit transaction imitating. We have simple loan of mutuum. Article 1956. No interest shall be due unless it has been expressed stipulated in writing. We have first in the discussion of the law. In a contract loan, if a particular rate of interest has been expressly stipulated by the parties, such as stipulated interest shall be applied. Second, it is the only in contract of loan which with or without security that interest may be stipulated and demanded. Third, the debtor is in delay in also liable to pay legal interest by way of the indemnity of damages. Fourth, in all cases, we have interest due shall be earned legal interest from the time it's judicially demanded, although the obligation may be silent upon this point. Last, we have pactum commissurium. The law, Article 2088, the creditor cannot appropriate the things given by way of pledge or mortgage or dispose of them. Any stipulation to the contrary in null and void. We have discussion of the law. Pactum commissurium is defined as a stipulation giving power to the creditor or to automatically appropriate the things given as security if the principal obligation is not fulfilled without any formality such as foreclosure proceeding and public sale. And that's all. Thank you.